Hey everyone, welcome to the horror show. I'm Cecil Laird.
Fuego here.
Eric Harrison from the Deaf Twitch.
And we're going to do a review for Halloween 3. We just watched and did a commentary for it. Well, they did most of the talking because I did a little too much drinking on the return for the news with booze. So I'll just give my overall thoughts. I enjoy it more than I remember enjoying it 20 years ago. I liked the practical effects that we got. I thought there was a lot of really weird shit that I had just totally spaced was in this.
This movie's strange.
The demise of the bad guy is so odd, and the ending is... It's a good, ambiguous ending, but overall it was just a wacky installing, man. It is just wacky.
Yeah.
So,
wacky is a good way of putting it.
Yeah, Fuego, why don't you launch into it? I'll let you control this one since I don't have too much more to say.
No, man, you're fine. Wacky is a very good springboard, though, because of the fact that this movie is seriously strange. It's when Deborah Hill and John Carpenter were trying to just shepherd in anthology installments of the Halloween franchise, and for better or for worse, people hated it at the time. It's gained a cult audience for a reason. It's not really a good movie, but it's an enjoyable movie, especially if you like that B-movie schlock that, Eric and I were talking about during the commentary. And I still really have fun with this movie for its silliness, for the gore that did not exist in the first two films that Cecil mentioned, and it's drastically different. I don't think I've ever seen a horror movie with this sort of premise before. Have you, man?
With this particular...
Yeah.
Not this wide of a scope of what they were ambiguously trying to accomplish within the movie, because they skirt around their motivation, but they don't give you a lot of things. There was even that scene
they really don't clarify a lot.
He says, "You wouldn't believe how we got Stonehenge here," and then he doesn't explain anything.
Stonehenge.
That was the writing and the direction that definitely this whole project came from. Let's do big things and not explain any of it.
Yeah, I think there were lots of early 80s druggies involved. But, nonetheless, Tommy Lee Wallace directing and stuff, went on to do It and not much else, but yeah.
I just enjoy the movie and its wackiness, what it brings. Yeah, the first time I watched it was probably in 2003, I think, because I had avoided it for so long, hearing everyone say it sucked, no Michael Myers. So I was like, okay, and then I finally watched it and I was like, oh, this is funny, I like it.
I will say one of the things that I can speak to was the soundtrack. I thought the soundtrack was excellent in this. The synthiness to it, and there's some driving bits and some homages. I really liked the score in this one a lot.
Oh yeah, music definitely tends to add mood and stuff like that, and the whole mood of this bit is very, I don't know, it continues with the whacktastic, silly, and just kind of odd vibe. And the oddest thing for me still, as we joked about during the commentary, is the protagonist of this film being this not as likable as you would necessarily presume him to be. This guy who, he obviously has children and, a wife that he's on the outskirts with, and then he's out trying to chase a piece of tail and, be a, I don't know, a very, what is the word that I'm looking for? He's not a detective or some sort of professional sleuth of any kind, and yet he's still out there trying, for the sheer sake of the poon. And I guess credit to him. But Tom Atkins brings a different dynamic to this performance, as you pointed out to me, man.
He's an interesting written character of the womanizing alcoholic that ditches everything about his whole life.
They shoot home the alcoholism too, man, which is really funny. They're like, honey, are you drunk again? He's like, no, I'm not drunk.
I'm not drunk this time. I know last time I called you about being trapped in a psycho factory was bogus, but this time I mean it. No, that wasn't in the movie, but the way she said it and the way he defended himself, you get those vibes where this isn't the first time he had a weird call with his wife, and he had to I'm not drunk this time.
Yeah, and there's a paper trail that he is assisting her in going after, where her father has been mysteriously killed, and he used to work at this toy store of sorts, and they tie it all back to this News with Booze. Hey guys, this silver shamrock, place that is manufacturing these Halloween masks that are going all over the country, as they later reveal. And this countdown is going down, and anybody who is a fan of this film knows the countdown. The days to Halloween, bye 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 bye. London Bridge is falling down, but it's counting down to a nasty D-Day of deathly destruction of a different variety. And that's what Tim and this younger girl, who are a romantic entanglement, but nothing really very deep or anything. They're just getting down on Bangtown.
Oh no,
kind of funny. But yeah, they're out there trying to solve this case and figure out what the hell is going on. And they go to this small little town in Northern California and slowly find some answers without divulging too incredibly much. But
it doesn't matter at this point.
It honestly doesn't. The story is very paper thin. I mean, it's a cool premise, but the story is just kind of meh.
I will say there's a lot I don't understand, and one of the things is how
nobody does.
How did the masks become insect breeding
and snakes?
And what do they come out of the mask, or do they come out of the person's head?
And do you have to watch the TV to actually make that connection?
It so doesn't make it makes for a good visual, but it makes zero sense even in a motion picture sort of way. There's not even a movie way to explain it. There's not.
I almost wonder if we were all on cocaine, if we would understand what we just watched better.
Oh my god!
Of course that happened.
Of course it would come that way. I mean, yeah.
That makes perfect sense, man.
So I didn't get that. I didn't get a lot of things. I mean, they played fast and loose with this.
Right.
And it actually feels like kind of At World's End did it a little bit better. Or a lot better,
Which I still haven't seen. That was the third one after Hot Fuzz and
Shaun of the Dead. Yeah,
never saw that one.
So there's a lot of the similar sort of android kind of things going down, and I don't know. I mean, obviously this is for its time, and that one is 25 years later. So it had its chance to sort of pick and choose and improve, but. This is it's good for what it was. It's just so weird and such a dramatic departure from the Michael Myers things that it's still even though I was fading in and out, it still slapped me in the face as such a huge difference from the rest of the series.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, acting wise, Adkins, as we mentioned, I mean he's serviceable and amusing when he's not necessarily supposed to be. I don't know. The other girl, she didn't have as much to chew on.
She didn't have a lot to do.
The love interest.
Say a few lines and then get laid.
Yeah.
And then sit and quietly be in the last 15 minutes.
I do give some credit, though, to the main, antagonist old guy, though. He had a few very effective, creepy scenes, especially in the third act of the film.
Dan O'Halloran.
Where he's talking about Samhain and all that stuff, and just, Samhain. And, the history of the holiday and everything. Effective stuff, I must say.
He reminded me of a corporate guy from RoboCop.
He was. Well, I'm pretty sure he was literally in RoboCop.
I think so too. I think so too. I think he was the corporate guy.
Yeah, I think so.
So I don't know. Outside of that, again, the effects were great. That first laser fire effect,
on that lady's face.
Yeah, the lady's face that basically opened up her mouth like a flower. That was pretty cool.
That's the money shot of the movie for me. That's the one that I even mentioned to Eric. I was like, that scene in the motel with that lady. I always think of that bit. So,
it looks painful when you see the aftermath.
Yeah. Yeah, and then again, a bug comes out.
It's where's the correlation?
I don't know. There was just a lot of things that were thrown in that they didn't even bother to explain, and it's both frustrating and kind of intriguing simultaneously.
Well, yeah, it's like how much blow was in the writers' room where they were just like throwing ideas around, and they're just like, and this would be great. Yeah, snakes coming out of the heads too.
Nobody said no. Any idea that was thrown out there, like, yes, we're doing that.
It's like, let's just do a rattlesnake coming out of the kid's head. Okay.
Well,
anyway,
I'll say this: I'm excited to get back to reviewing the Michael Myers Halloween. I'll say that much.
This one still has a strange soft spot in my heart for how silly it is. It is so of the era, and just it's strange. That's for sure.
A lot of hiding in shadows and creeping cars.
I really enjoyed Tom Atkins' character.
He is definitely a unique protagonist in a horror movie. It's like he doesn't even bother trying to like get better.
No, never in the entirety of this film, man. He just keeps going and going.
Real arc or anything.
No. But even though, besides that, by the end, he really wants to stop what's happening.
He does want to stop it.
I think he has a genuine interest in,
He wants to stop it so he can go to the bar.
Mm-hmm.
And then try and chase someone
down. He doesn't want to deal with his wife after the kids die because of the Shamrock mask. I don't know. Any final thoughts on it, you guys? It's just fucking weird. That's all.
Right? No, truly is.
No, but but you know what? I still like it, and I think it's an entry in the '80s horror pantheon that needs to be watched, and just giving your thoughts on it without taking in the context of the other Michael Myers films. I think you have to walk into it and just think it's its own thing, and just watch it for those merits. So,
well. Eric, any final thought from you on it?
Just, I give them props for the direction that they were trying to take with Halloween 3. I think the anthology idea was decent to try. And this is proof of what all the possibilities you could try and pull out. I think that, I kept saying throughout the commentary, big ideas, poor execution. If they had more time to work out a script, it might have been better. But overall, I just enjoy the campiness of it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, good premise, man.
All right. Well, why don't you guys let us know in the comments down below what are your thoughts on Halloween 3 Season of the Witch? Season of the Witch, and it feels like the witch got the most short shrift of all the masks in the movie.
Agreed.
Shown the least.
Yeah, definitely.
But anyway, let us know what you think. While you're down there, click the link in the description box if you want to become a patron and start supporting the channel that way and start picking reviews for us to do or Let's Plays or join us for a live stream now that we can do that once a month. Or a Hail to Stephen King live stream, which we're going to start doing as well. So thank you guys very much if you do that. We appreciate you. Until next time, I've been Cecil Laird.
Gracias, Fuego.
I'm Eric Harrison from the Death Twitch.
And remember,
stay
scared. Subscribe.
Or else.